Let's continue with trigonometric ratios of multiple and submultiple angles. So in this question, sine A is given as half of x plus 1 by x. You have to prove that sine 3a plus half of x cube plus 1 by x cube is equal to 0. So first of all, we know the formula for sine 3a. Sine 3a is 3 sine A minus 4 sine cube A. Okay, and we know the value of sine A. So what we'll do is we'll put the value of sine A over here. So this will be, in the place of sine A, I'm going to put half of x plus 1 by x minus 4 times sine cube A, that is half of x plus 1 by x, the whole cube. So this will become 3 by 2 x plus 1 by x minus, so what we'll do is we'll cube 1 by 2. 1 by 2 cube will become 1 by 8, and then this 4 will be multiplied inside, so it will become minus of 4 by 8 times x plus 1 by x, the whole cube. This will become 1 by 2. See, now what you can do is you can expand over here and simplify. Okay, so that way you can get x cube plus 1 by x cube inside over here, and we already know what is the value of 3 by 2 x plus 1 by x. Actually, we know 1 by 2 x plus 1 by x, that is sine A. Okay, so this is 3 times sine A. Okay, let's see what we get. So 3 by 2 x plus 1 by x, don't put any values as of now, minus 1 by 2 bracket x plus 1 by x, the whole cube. Just take out 1 by 2 common. Also x plus 1 by x common. So inside you will be left with 3 minus x plus 1 by x, the whole square. Okay, so that will be x square plus 1 by x square plus 2. Okay, so half bracket x plus 1 by x 3 minus x square minus 1 by x square minus 2. That is half of x plus 1 by x bracket minus x square minus 1 by x square and 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is plus 1. So we have half bracket x plus 1 by x. So if we take out this minus sign common, it comes here outside, and we are left with, in the bracket, x square plus 1 by x square plus 1. Okay, now see, what we have to prove is sine of 3a plus half of x cube plus 1 by x cube. So this, see, we have already got sine of 3a's value. This is nothing but sine of 3a. And we have already got minus half and some terms with x on the right hand side. So if we shift to the left hand side, the answer can come, but we have to simplify this part of the expression now. Okay, so let minus half be outside and let us multiply this part. So let's see what we get. So sine of 3a is equal to minus of half bracket. Okay, minus half I'm keeping outside. X bracket x square plus 1 by x square plus 1 plus 1 by x bracket x square plus 1 by x square plus 1. Okay, so on simplification you get x cube plus, over here you get x plus, sorry, x multiplied by 1 by x square. Okay, so there is one small mistake I have made. I have taken out minus common, so this plus 1 will become minus 1. Okay, over here also and over here also. Okay, so what we have, x multiplied by 1 by x square is 1 by x minus x plus x square by x, that is x, plus 1 by x into 1 by x square, that is 1 by x cube, and 1 by x into minus 1, that is minus 1 by x. So minus 1 by x plus 1 by x minus x plus x gets cancelled, and we get sine 3a equals minus half of x cube plus 1 by x cube. So what we are going to do is shift that term on the left hand side. So we get sine of 3a plus half of x cube plus 1 by x cube is equal to 0. That's what we wanted to prove. Okay, easy, little bit of algebra, but for the first time we used the identity of sine 3a, which is equal to 3 sine a minus 4 sine cube a. Let's go to the next question. Cos square pi by 8 plus cos square 3 pi by 8 plus cos square 5 pi by 8 plus cos square 7 pi by 8 is equal to 2. Okay, let's see how to simplify this. It's an interesting question, and it will be nice to see how we simplify this particular question. Please pay attention. Start with LHS. Cos square pi by 8 plus cos square 3 pi by 8. Now I notice one relationship over here, that 5 pi by 8 and 3 pi by 8 has got a relationship. I can write, note this step please, I can write 5 pi by 8 as pi minus 3 pi by 8. Pi minus 3 pi by 8 is nothing but 5 pi by 8. Okay. Also 7 pi by 8 can be written as cos square pi minus pi by 8 is 7 pi by 8. Okay. So this one small change we are doing. And why we are doing this change, I'll tell you. Okay. Now see, I can, in the next step, I can express this as cos square pi by 8 plus cos square 3 pi by 8 plus cos of pi minus 3 pi by 8 the whole square plus cos of pi minus pi by 8 the whole square. Okay. So why I'm doing this, I'll tell you. Now just focus on this step. This is cos of pi minus 3 pi by 8. Okay. Now 3 pi by 8 looks like an acute angle, 3 pi by 8. Okay. Pi minus 3 pi by 8. Pi is 180 degree. If you subtract uh, an acute angle from 180 degree, you end up in the second quadrant, and in second quadrant cos is negative. Okay, so and see, so I'm just going to find its value. Cos of 180 minus theta, we know cos of 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. Okay, because in second quadrant cos is negative, so there is a minus sign by default. And if, when there is pi, what do? You don't change the cos into sine. You keep the trigonometric ratio same. So minus of cos 3 pi by 8. So that will be the answer. Over here also, this is cos of pi minus pi by 8, which will remain as minus of cos of pi by 8. You understand? So this is one thing you should note, which I'm going to do in the next step. So I'm going to write it as cos square pi by 8 plus cos square 3 pi by 8 plus minus of cos 3 pi by 8 the whole square plus minus of cos pi by 8 the whole square. Okay, so this will be cos square pi by 8 plus cos square 3 pi by 8 plus minus of cos of 3 pi by 8 the whole square will be cos square 3 pi by 8 plus cos square pi by 8. Okay, so this will be 2 cos square pi by 8 plus 2 cos square 3 pi by 8, which is 2 bracket cos square pi by 8 plus cos square 3 pi by 8. Okay, now I'm going to use one formula which is really interesting. You should know this formula. This is the formula for cos square a, or cos square a, sorry, 2 cos square a minus 1. You must remember this formula like that. 2 cos square a minus 1 is cos 2a. Do you remember this formula? Yes. So can I write it as 2 cos square a is equal to cos 2a plus 1, and cos square a is cos 2a plus 1 by 2. Now see, we have got cos square theta over here in the brackets. So we can apply this formula and simplify. Right? For simplification, we need to get rid of the square. So cos square a can be written as cos 2a plus 1 by 2. So I'm going to write it as 2 bracket cos 2a. So cos of pi by 8 times 2. Pi by 8 times 2 is pi by 4. So I'm going to write it as 1 plus cos pi by 4 by 2 plus 1 plus 3 pi by 8. Okay, so what is 3 pi by 8 times 2, 3 pi by 4, 1 plus cos of 3 pi by 4, because that's your theta, 3 pi by 8. You want 2 theta in the formula. 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. 1 plus cos 3 pi by 4 by 2. Bracket close. Okay. So shall we open the bracket? See, what you can do is you can directly put the value if you want. So what is 3 pi by 4? That might be the question in your mind. So if you don't remember what is 3 pi by 4, you can do it like this. 3 into 180 by 4, 2 2s are, 2 90s are, 2 45s are. So 45 3s are 135, which is 180 minus 45. Okay. And cos of 3 pi by 4, which is cos of 135, which is cos of 180 minus 45, is nothing but cos of minus 45, right? Because in second quadrant cos is minus, which is nothing but cos of 45, because cos of minus theta is cos theta, and cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So we found out that cos of 3 pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, and cos pi by 4, what is pi by 4? Pi by 4 is 45, that is also 1 by root 2, correct? So we got the value of cos pi by 4, 1 by root 2, and cos 3 pi by 4 as 1 by root 2. There is one mistake over here. In second quadrant, cos is negative. In second quadrant, cos is negative. So here I'm going to put the minus sign. Minus sign will be there in second quadrant. Cos of minus theta is cos theta, that is true. But we cannot write minus 45. We have to write minus of cos theta, because in second quadrant cos is negative. So this is minus 1 by root 2, not 1 by root 2. Okay, let's simplify this. One plus 1 by root 2 by 2 plus 1 minus 1 by root 2 by 2. Root 2 plus 1 by 2 root 2 plus root 2 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Root 2 plus 1 plus root 2 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. Root 2 plus root 2 is 2 root 2 by 2 root 2. The whole multiplied by 2, which 2 is outside over here. This gets cancelled. The answer is 2. Okay, so on simplification, you get the answer 2, which you have to prove. Okay, so initial simplification was easy, but then you have to apply the formula for cos square A. Cos square A is cos 2A plus 1 by 2. Okay, so that application of the double angle formula was important over here. Let's go to the next question. Prove that cot pi by 24 is equal to root 2 plus root 3 plus root 4 plus root 6. Okay, how we can simplify this? Let's start with LHS. Cot pi by 24. I can write it as cos pi by 24 by sine pi by 24. So first I converted cot into cos and sine. Now just see the next step, because that's important. So I'm going to multiply certain things in numerator and denominator. So 2 cos pi by 24 times cos pi by 24 upon 2 sin pi by 24 into cos pi by 24. So I multiplied 2 in the numerator and denominator, and I multiplied cos pi by 4 in the numerator and denominator. Okay, so what I'm getting over here is 2 cos square pi by 24, 2 cos square theta, and 2 sin theta cos theta. 2 sin theta cos theta is sin 2 theta, sin 2 theta, that is sine of 2 times pi by 24. And what is cos square 2 cos square theta? That's an interesting thing. What is 2 cos square theta? I just showed you in the previous example. 2 cos square a 2 cos 2 cos square a is cos 2a plus 1. If you note the second step, 2 cos square theta, 2 cos square a is cos 2a plus 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cos 2a plus 1 I'm going to write over here, that is cos of 2 times pi by 24 plus 1 the whole upon sine of pi by 12. So that is 12 and here I'm going to get cos of pi by 12 plus 1 upon sine of pi by 12. Okay. Now let's simplify it further. Now how to simplify this further? See, I'm going to show you a very interesting method over here. First of all, this pi by 12 which you see over here, that's an unknown angle. That angle we don't know. Okay. Pi by 12 is an unknown angle. Which angle do we know? Which angle's value do we know? We know the value of pi by 6, which is 30 degree. We know the value of pi by 3, which is pi by 3, which is 60 degree, pi by 4, which is 45 degree. So can we express pi by 12 in terms of these three angles, pi by 6, pi by any two of these three angles, pi by 3, pi by 6, pi by 4? Just try, just try. So what I'm trying to tell you is, what is pi by 4 plus pi by 3? I'm just doing rough work, okay, so don't take it very seriously. So this is 7 pi by 12. So this is not near to our answer. Our answer which we are expecting, the angle which we are expecting is pi by 12. By adding these two, we are not getting pi by 12. Okay, what will happen if we subtract them? Let's try subtraction. So pi by 3 minus pi by 4, because pi by 3 is greater than pi by 4. So what do we get? 4 pi minus 3 pi by 12. That is pi by 12. Cool. So this is something interesting. We are getting pi by 12 as a difference of pi by 3 and pi by 4. So what is pi by 3 and pi by 4? Pi by 3 is 60 degree and pi by 4 is 45 degree. And the difference of 60 and 45 is 15 degree. 15 degree is equal to pi by 12. Pi is 180, 180 divided by 12 is 15. So it's absolutely correct. So why we are expressing pi by 12 in the form of pi by 3 and pi by 4? So let this be over here. ठीक है, इसको हम लोग यहाँ पे रख देते हैं, क्यों हमको पता है ना पाई बाई 12 को कैसे अभी सिंप्लीफाई करना है. ठीक है, सो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू राइट इज कॉस ऑफ पाई बाई 12 की जगह पे पाई बाई 3 माइनस पाई बाई 4 प्लस 1 अपॉन साइन ऑफ पाई बाई 3 माइनस पाई बाई 4. ठीक है। अच्छा, इसको तुम सिंपली भी कर सकते थे, ऐसे मैंने जो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड मेथड निकाला, π/3, π/4, π/6, मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज यू गेट फेमिलियर विद दिस लैंग्वेज एज वी डिस्कस्ड इन यस्टरडेज लाइव क्लास, कि तुम्हें ये लैंग्वेज से कंफर्टेबल होना है, इसलिए मैं कर रहा हूँ। नहीं तो तुम सिंपली भी कर सकते हो। π/12 क्या होता है? 180/12 विच इज 15 डिग्री। तो 15 डिग्री किन दो स्टैंडर्ड एंगल्स का सम या डिफरेंस है? सम तो हो नहीं सकता, स्टैंडर्ड एंगल शुरू ही 30 से होता है। तो 30, 45, 60, 45 और 60 का डिफरेंस भी 15 है, 30 और 45 का डिफरेंस भी 15 है। तो कोई भी दो ले सकते हो, ठीक है, उससे भी आंसर आएगा। चलो अभी सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं इसको। कॉस ए माइनस बी, कॉस ए माइनस बी क्या होता है? कॉस ए माइनस बी कंपाउंड एंगल फॉर्मूले, कॉस ए कॉस बी, कॉस ए कॉस बी प्लस, प्लस इसलिए बिकॉज कॉस में साइन ऑपोजिट हो जाती है, साइन ए साइन बी, साइन ए साइन बी प्लस 1 the whole upon sine of a minus b. Sine of a minus b is sin a cos b, sin a, I'm sorry मैं a लिख रहा हूँ, a is π/3 ना, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, cos a sin b, ठीक है। cos π/3, π/3 मतलब 60, cos 60 कितना होता है? 1/2 टाइम्स cos π/4 1/√2 प्लस sin π/3 √3/2 टाइम्स sin π/4 1/√2 प्लस 1 the whole upon sin π/3 √3/2 टाइम्स 1/√2 माइनस 1/2 टाइम्स 1/√2, ठीक है। सो ये हो जाएगा 1/2√2 प्लस √3/2√2 प्लस 1/1 the whole upon √3/2√2 minus 1/2√2. Let's simplify this further. So ये हो जाएगा 1 plus √3 plus 2√2 the whole upon 2√2 the whole upon √3 minus 1 the whole upon 2√2. Okay, so we have this 2√2 goes down, this 2√2 goes up. So we have 1 plus √3 plus 2√2 the whole bracket 2√2 the whole upon √3 minus 1 times 2√2. 2√2 gets cut and we get this big fraction. See what we have to prove, just have a look on that as well. We have to prove that it is equal to √2 plus √3 plus √4 plus √6. So this doesn't look like it. So we have to simplify it further. 1 plus √3 plus 2√2. I will rationalize it. So √3 plus 1 upon √3 minus 1 into √3 plus 1. Okay, so √3 will get multiplied with 1 plus √3 plus 2√2. So you get √3 plus 3 plus 2√6. Okay, plus 1 will get multiplied. So you get 1 plus √3 plus 2√2. The whole upon √3 square minus 1 square. Okay, so we have √3 plus √3, 2√3. We have plus 2√6. We have plus 2√2. We have 3 plus 1, 4. The whole upon Root 3 square minus 1 square. Root 3 square is 3 minus 1, which is 2. So take out 2 common. We have root 3 plus root 6 plus root 2 plus 4 the whole upon 2. So we get root 3 plus root 6. Actually, it is root 2 plus root 3 plus root 6 plus root 4. Root 4 is 2. So we get the same thing. Okay. So did you understand this? How we used the formula for 2 cos square A. So this is really interesting because the formula of cos 2A, it is useful in different forms. You can either use cos 2A, or you can use the formula of 2 cos square A, or just cos square A. Okay. So that's really weird that which formula you have to apply at what, in which question, at what time. So for that you need a proficiency in remembering all the formulae. Okay. Let's see what is this question. Find the value of tan 22 degree 30 seconds. No, 30 minutes. I'm sorry. So that is 22.5 degrees actually. So here, 22.5 degrees, 22 degrees 30 minutes is nothing but 22.5 degrees, which is nothing but 45 by 2 degrees. 45 by 2 degrees. Now, we can apply the formula of tan theta by 2, because that's tan. We have to find tan of 22 degree 30 minutes, or tan theta by 2. Okay. So tan theta by 2 is sin theta by 2 upon cos theta by 2, or you can write it as 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2 upon cos square theta by 2. Now what I've done is I have multiplied, sorry, 2 cos square theta by 2. 2 I have to multiply in the denominator. So I have multiplied 2 in the numerator and denominator, and cos theta by 2 in the numerator and denominator. If you see, there was cos theta by 2. I multiplied one more cos theta by 2 in the denominator. That's why I got cos square theta by 2. Why did I do this? I have done this in the earlier questions also to make this work, to make this easy. Okay. So this will be, remember, 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2 will be sine. So let me tell you, 2 sin theta cos theta is sine 2 theta. Okay, so here we get sine of 2 times theta by 2 upon 2 cos square theta by 2. Now I just use the formula of 2 cos square A. What is 2 cos square A? 1 plus 2 cos A. In the previous question I used, in the previous to that question I used this formula. So again let me tell you, 2 cos square A is cos 2A plus 1. Okay, so I'm using that formula very frequently. 2 cos square A is cos 2A plus 1. So cos of 2A, 2 into theta by 2 plus 1. So this will make it easy. So 2 will get cut over here, 2 will get cut here as well. So sine of theta, which is 45, I proved it. I proved about that theta is 45 degrees. See, theta is 22 degrees 30 minutes is 22.5, which is 45 by 2, and tan theta by 2 formula I'm using, and theta is 45. Okay. So wait. I don't want to write it like this. See how I'm writing. What is the solution? Okay, so let me write it as tan theta by 2 is equal to sin theta upon cos theta plus 1. ये हमने derive किया formula, right? So tan of 45/2 is equal to sin 45 upon cos 45 plus 1. So tan 45/2 क्या है? Tan of 22 degrees 30 minutes is equal to sin 45 क्या है? 1 by root 2 upon 1 by root 2 plus 1, which is 1 by root 2 upon 1 plus root 2 by root 2. ठीक है, सो रूट टू कैंसिल हो जाएगा सीधा एंड वी गेट 1 बाय 1 प्लस रूट टू. इसको रैशनलाइज कर सकते हो तुम. सो 1 माइनस रूट टू अपॉन 1 माइनस रूट टू, दैट इज 1 माइनस रूट टू अपॉन 1 स्क्वेयर माइनस रूट टू स्क्वेयर, दैट इज 1 माइनस रूट टू अपॉन 1 माइनस 2, विच इज माइनस ऑफ 1 माइनस रूट टू, क्योंकि ये 1 माइनस 2 माइनस 1 होगा. सो दैट विल बी minus 1 plus root 2 or root 2 minus 1. The answer is root 2 minus 1. Let's check. Correct. Did you understand? Very easy. Okay, let's go ahead. Question number 11th. If sine theta plus cos phi is equal, sine theta plus sine phi is equal to A and cos theta plus cos phi is equal to B, find the value of sine of theta plus phi. Okay. Now there are some tricks and some formulae which you have to use to solve this question. Let me show you one by one. First of all, to start with, I'm going to write sine theta plus sine phi is equal to A. Sine theta plus sine phi is equal to A. Now I can write it as, if you remember sine C plus sine D formula, CD formulae, right? Sine C plus sine D is 2 sine C plus D by 2 cos C minus D by 2. Okay, so I'm going to use C plus D formula, CD formula actually. Okay, why I'm using? Because I want compound angles to be generated. Otherwise, we cannot get compound angles anyways. Okay, so sine C plus sine D is 2 sine C plus D by 2 theta plus phi by 2 times cos of theta minus phi by 2 C minus D by 2 is equal to A. Okay, so this is your equation number 1. I'm going to name this as equation number 2. Then we have the information cos theta plus cos phi is equal to B. Cos C plus cos D formula. What is cos C plus cos D? 2 cos C plus D by 2 cos C minus D by 2. In cos we have doublets always. So 2 cos, I'm going to name it as equation number 3. 2 cos C plus D by 2 cos C minus D by 2. 2 cos C plus D by 2 cos C minus D by 2 is equal to B. Okay, so this is your equation number 4. Now, there is one interesting thing which is happening over here. So, we have a relationship which we can obtain by dividing equation 2 and 4. Because in both equation 2 and 4 we have cos theta minus phi by 2 which will get cut on dividing, and sine 2 also will get cut, and sine theta plus phi by 2 upon cos theta plus phi by 2 will become tan theta plus phi by 2, which will become equal to A by B. Okay, so on dividing equations 2 and 4, you get tan theta plus phi by 2 is equal to A by B. Okay, and you name this as equation number 5, and you will be surprised to know that when we are going to use it. Now remember one formula which we have already learned, that is your compound angle formula, that is sine of theta plus phi is equal to, that's not a compound angle formula, that's a, you can say that's a variation of a double angle formula. Okay, I'm just going to show you that formula, otherwise you'll get confused. Yes, so this is the formula I'm talking about. Sine 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. The conversion of sine into tan, the relationship between sine and tan. But only thing is, we don't have double angle, we have only, in the place of theta 2 theta, only theta is there. So everywhere in the place of theta I'm going to put theta by 2. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here my theta is this theta plus phi. Okay, so the formula is, I'm just going to write the formula here for you. Sine 2 theta is equal to 2 tan square theta upon 2 tan theta, not tan square theta, 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. This is the formula for sine 2 theta, which I am going to apply over here. Okay, so what I get over here, 2 tan theta, that is 2 tan theta plus phi by 2. I told you there is no double angle over here. That's why here I am going to write half angle. The whole upon 1 plus tan square theta. 1 plus tan square theta plus phi by 2. 1 plus tan square theta plus phi by 2. So that is the formula for sine of theta plus phi. Now I already know the value of tan of theta plus phi by 2. Look, by dividing equation 2 and 4, I got that value earlier, right? So I'm just going to put the value over here, and I'll get 2 times a by b upon 1 plus a square by b square. 2 multiplied by a by b upon 1 plus a square plus b square. 1 plus a square by b square. Okay, so we get over here, I'm just going to solve it quickly. 2a by b, I need more space, sorry for that. Simplifying here, 2a by b the whole upon b square plus a square by b square. This b will come up, this b square will go up, this will b square will come down, I'm sorry. 2ab square the whole upon b bracket b square plus a square. So b will cut with b square, the square will cut, so I get 2ab upon b square plus a square. 2ab upon b square plus a square. Now that is the value of sine of theta plus phi. Theta plus phi. Okay, in terms of a and b. Now I have to find the value of cos of theta plus phi. Cos of theta plus phi. I know that the formula for cos 2 theta in terms of tan is cos 2 theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta upon, sorry, 1 minus tan square theta upon, this is minus 1 plus tan square theta in the denominator. So that is the formula. So this will be theta plus phi will be considered as one angle theta. So I'm just going to write it as 1 minus tan square of theta plus phi by 2 upon 1 plus tan square of theta plus phi upon 2. 1 minus tan square of theta plus phi by 2 upon 1 plus tan square of theta plus phi by 2. Now I know the value of tan of theta plus phi by 2, which is a by b. Right? I just used it in the previous part of the question also, and I've derived it earlier. Tan of theta plus phi by 2 is equal to a by b. I'm just going to substitute that value over here. So this will be 1 minus tan square theta plus phi by 2 is a square by b square, and 1 plus a square by b square, which is equal to b square minus a square by b square upon b square plus a square by b square. B square will be cancelled, and we'll get b square minus a square upon b square plus a square. So that is the value of cos of theta plus phi. Okay, so that was the second one. Now the last one is you have to find cos theta minus cos phi. Cos theta minus cos phi. Now we don't have anything in terms of theta minus phi. So how are we going to solve and find the value of cos theta minus cos phi? Let's see. Okay, so you had one equation in the beginning. You had this equation which was sin theta plus sin phi is equal to a, equation 1, and cos theta plus cos phi is equal to b, which was equation number 3. If you remember, we gave those numbers. So what we have to do is we have to square these two equations and add them. I'll tell you why we are doing this. Squaring equations 1 and 2 and adding them. We get sin theta plus sin phi the whole square plus cos theta plus cos phi the whole square is equal to a plus b the whole square. So we have sin square theta plus sin square phi plus 2 sin theta sin phi plus cos square theta plus cos square phi plus 2 cos theta cos phi is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. I'm sorry, one mistake I made. So we are squaring and adding. We are not adding and squaring. Okay, so here it will be a square plus b square, not a plus b the whole square, because first we are squaring both the terms and then we are adding them. So sin square theta plus cos square theta will be 1. Sin square phi plus cos square phi will be 1. So 1 plus 1 will be 2. Plus 2 sin theta sin phi plus 2 cos theta cos phi is equal to a square plus b square. So 2 plus 2 bracket sin theta sin phi plus cos theta cos phi. Now this is the formula for cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, which is cos of A minus B. So 2 plus 2 bracket cos of A minus B, that is theta minus phi, is equal to A square plus B square. So this 2 will go to the other side. So cos of theta minus phi is equal to a square plus b square plus 2 divided by 2. A square plus b square minus 2, I'm sorry, not plus 2, minus 2. Yes, so in order to get cos theta minus phi, which was required, I did all these things, because that can only happen when I get cos A cos B sin A sin B. Wait. Okay, moving on to the next question. If tan x is 3 by 4 and x is in third quadrant, because x is greater than pi and smaller than 3 pi by 2, that is, it is in third quadrant. Third quadrant means uh, tan of x will be positive, which is positive because tan is positive in the third quadrant. All students take calculus or add sugar to coffee, so we know that third quadrant is positive and x is in third quadrant. Okay, find the values of sine of x by 2, cos of x by 2, tan of x by 2. Okay, let's do it. See, now your angle x is in third quadrant. If you divide it by 2, in fact, if you divide any number which is greater than 180 and smaller than 270 by 2, if you divide it by 2, suppose you have greater than 180, you have a number, let's say 200. If you divide 200 by 2, you get 100, which is in second quadrant. Okay, suppose you have, let's say you have 180. If you divide 180 by 2, you get 90. So anything which is greater than 180, if you divide by 2, will be greater than 90. So that means x by 2 will be, if x is in third quadrant, x by 2 will be in the second quadrant. So you can write it like this. Since x is greater than pi and smaller than 3 pi by 2, therefore x by 2 will be greater than pi by 2 and smaller than 3 pi by 4. Smaller than, if you divide everything by 2, right? It will be greater than pi by 2. Pi by 2 is 90 and smaller than 3 pi by 4. Okay, so 3 pi by 4, if you convert it in terms of your angle, it comes out to be around 135 degree. Let me check. 3 into 180 divided by 4. 2 2s are 2 90s are 2 45s are, yes, 135. So your x by 2 is between 90 and 135. That is second quadrant. Okay, so we can say that therefore x by 2 will lie in second quadrant. Okay, so sine x by 2 will be positive, but cos x by 2 and tan x by 2, it will be negative. So we have already got the sign, that is positive or negative signs of the answer. Okay, now we have to find the values. So let's focus on finding the values. Now see, sec square x is equal to 1 plus tan square x. So sec square x is equal to 1 plus 3 by 4 the whole square, because tan x is 3 by 4. So sec square x is equal to 1 plus 9 by 16. So sec square x is equal to 16 plus 9 by 16, that is 25 by 16. So sec square x is equal to 5 by 4. Okay, so therefore uh, you can say cos square x is equal to 4 by 5, and therefore cos x is equal to under root of 4 by 5, which is actually, you will have a plus minus sign over here, which is actually, because see x is in third quadrant. In third quadrant cos is negative, so cos x is equal to minus wait, I made a mistake over here. So yes, so sec x will be minus 5 by 4. Why? Because sec is negative in the third quadrant. Sec and cos are positive only in the fourth quadrant. So if sec x is minus 5 by 4, no need to write all this. You can simply write cos x is minus 4 by 5. Cos x is equal to minus 4 by 5. Okay, so we got the value of cos x, which is minus 4 by 5. Okay. Now cos x is equal to 1 minus, we are applying the formula of cos 2a. Okay, cos 2a is 1 minus sine square a, 1 minus 2 sine square a. But what is a? It is not a double angle over here, so I am going to write x by 2 over here. This is half angle variation of the double angle formula. Okay, so cos x is minus 4 by 5, which is equal to 1 minus 2 sine x by 2. So 2 sine x by 2 is equal to 1. Okay, this 4 by 5 will shift here, I'll get plus 4 by 5. So 2 sine x by 2 is equal to 5 plus 4 by 5. So 2 sine x by 2 is equal to 9 by 5. 2 sine x by 2 is equal to 9 by 5. Okay, 2 sine square x by 2. Why didn't I write sine over here? So square over here, I'm sorry. So this is a square. Okay, now this 2 will go in the denominator, so we'll get sine square x by 2 is equal to 9 by 10. Sine square x is equal to 9 by 10. So sine square x by 2. So sine of x by 2 is equal to root of 9 by 10. Root of 9 by 10. But plus or minus? Plus root of 9 by 10 or minus root of 9 by 10? Plus. Why? Because x by 2 is in second quadrant. In second quadrant, sine is positive. Okay, so this is plus 3 by root 10. Plus 3 by root 10. Okay, so that is the value of sine x by 2. Now let's find cos x by 2. You can find it yourself. Sine square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2 is equal to 1. Sine square x by 2 was 9 by 10 plus cos square x by 2 is equal to 1. So cos square x by 2 is equal to 1 minus 9 by 10. So cos square x by 2 is equal to 10 minus 9, that is 1 by 10. See, and therefore cos x by 2, if I take a root of this will be negative because x by 2 is in second quadrant. In second quadrant, cos is negative. Minus of 1 by root 10. Minus of 1 by root 10. Now I have to find tan x by 2. So tan of x by 2 is sine of x by 2 upon cos of x by 2, which is 3 by root 10 upon minus of 1 by root 10. Okay, so this will be minus 3. Okay, root 10 will cut and this will be minus 3. Tan of x by 2 is minus 3. So this is how you solve this question. Very nice question. Let's go to the last question of the chapter. Not of the chapter, of this section. So as you can see, each part over here These are up to here, up to now, all the parts are really big, and these are like an individual chapters for me. In this much content, I complete a chapter in class 9th and 10th, the normal chapters, but here we are on the 8th or the 9th part, I think. But yeah, this chapter has to be done in details, otherwise there is no meaning. So I don't want to do what your school is doing. There should be some difference between me and your school. Okay, if alpha and beta are the distinct roots of a cos theta plus b sin theta is equal to c, prove that. Okay, so they are saying that alpha and beta are distinct roots of this equation. What is the equation? A cos theta plus b sin theta is equal to c. Alpha and beta are the roots of this equation. Prove that sine of alpha plus beta is equal to 2ab upon a square plus b square. Okay. Now, when they say that alpha and beta are distinct roots of this equation, that means in this equation, in the place of variable, when you replace the variable by alpha or beta, this equation is satisfied. So here your variable is the angle. Okay, so the first equation you're going to get is a cos alpha plus b sin alpha. A cos alpha plus b sin alpha. A cos alpha plus b sin alpha is equal to c, equation number 1. A cos alpha plus b sin alpha is equal to c, which is equation number 1. Second equation will be a cos beta plus b sin beta is equal to c, which is equation number 2. Okay, so this is what we are getting. Now, we have to prove sine of alpha plus beta. Now, what exactly is sine of alpha plus beta? If you see, sine of alpha plus beta, the formula, compound angle formula is sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Now we have sine alpha cos beta and we have cos alpha sin beta over here, and we can simplify them. We can find their values and substitute here to simplify. But how to do that? Because we cannot find the value of each of them in terms of a, b, c and put here. It will become very, very complicated. Okay, let me try sine alpha. Okay, so if I want the value of sine alpha, sine alpha is c minus a cos alpha by b. C minus a cos alpha by b, and cos beta is c minus b sin beta by a. Oh, so that's going to be really complicated. See, it can be proved. Okay, let me try that here because I don't know. I find that method little bit easy because I don't know which direct formula can be used here. So sine alpha, in the place of sine alpha, I can write c minus a cos alpha by b. C minus a cos alpha by b. Cos beta is c minus b sin beta, c minus b sin beta by a, plus cos alpha is c minus b sin alpha, c minus b sin alpha c minus b sin alpha by a times sine beta is c minus a cos beta. C minus a cos beta by b. Okay, so we have c minus a cos alpha in one bracket upon c minus b sine beta in other bracket, the whole upon ab, plus c minus b sine alpha bracket c minus a cos beta, the whole upon ab. Okay, let me shift this much part on the other side so I can solve it easily. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the bracket and simplify. So what I'm getting here is c into c square minus bc sine beta and then minus ac cos alpha, and we have plus when we multiply ab cos alpha sine beta plus c into c square minus ac cos beta minus ac cos beta. This is turning out to be a little complicated, but anyways, let's try what is there in trying. Minus bc sine alpha plus ab sine alpha cos beta, the whole upon ab. So we have 2c square plus ab bracket sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sine beta, right? Then we have the other terms, that is bc. Okay, so I'll take minus bc out common, and we have sine alpha plus sine beta. Then we have ac, so I'll take out minus ac out common, and we have cos alpha cos beta, cos alpha plus cos beta, the whole upon ab. Okay, so 2c square plus ab sine a cos b plus cos a sine b, sine of a plus b, that is sine of alpha plus beta. Okay, here what we are going to do, sine of a plus b, we have sine of c plus d actually. Let me see what we have to prove. Okay, so this is getting really complicated and I don't know what is the way out. So I think we have to use some identity. So I'm just erasing this part. So I just tried but didn't get anywhere. This will happen multiple times with you and you are free to try and try again. Okay, so there is no shame in that. Okay, now let's think of something else. Now how we can get sine of alpha plus beta's value in terms of a, b and c. Oh, sorry, there is no c actually. In terms of a and b. Okay, so these equations, see what I have to prove does not have c. I just told you it does not have c, it just has a and b. So if I want to eliminate C, how can I eliminate C if I solve these two equations? I can either divide them or I can subtract them. Okay, so if I subtract them, if I divide them, then also I can get, and if I subtract them, then also I can get. So see, I'll just divide and show you. So dividing equations 1 and 2. A cos alpha plus B sin alpha the whole upon A cos beta plus B sin beta is equal to C by C. So this will get cancelled and you will get 1 over here. So A cos alpha plus B sin alpha is equal to A cos beta minus B sin beta, sorry. So we can write it as A cos alpha minus A cos beta plus B sin alpha plus B sin beta is equal to 0. So if A comes out common, we have cos alpha minus cos beta, cos alpha minus cos beta, and plus if B comes out common, we have sin alpha plus sin beta, sin alpha plus sin beta, right? Wait. So this was minus A cos beta, and this was hey, why did I shift it there and put plus sign, minus sign? It was plus. So this is minus B sin beta. Okay, so this will be minus B sin beta, and this will be minus sign. Wait. Yes, so this will be minus sign, and this will be plus, and inside sin alpha minus sin beta will be there. Okay. So we have A cos alpha minus cos beta plus B sin alpha minus sin beta is equal to 0. Now we can use that CD formula to simplify this. So we get A times cos C minus cos D is cos C minus cos D is 2 sin C plus D by 2, 2 sin C plus D times sin D minus C by 2 cos C minus cos D plus B bracket sin alpha minus sin beta. Okay, so we have 2 cos C plus D by 2, C minus D by 2, sin C minus D by 2. 2 cos C plus D by 2 sin C minus D by 2. Okay. Let's see where we go from here. Is equal to 0. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to shift the sides. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 2a sin alpha plus beta by 2 times sin beta minus alpha by 2 is equal to minus 2b times cos alpha plus beta by 2 multiplied by sine alpha minus beta by 2. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this minus sign to this side. Okay. Or if I shift the minus sign to this side, okay, so if I erase the minus sign and if I write the minus sign over here, the whole term becomes negative. But if I multiply this minus sign with only this term, that becomes minus sine theta. And we know that minus of sine theta is equal to sine of minus theta. Okay, so this will become sine of minus beta minus alpha by 2. Minus of beta minus alpha. What is minus of beta minus alpha? Alpha minus beta. So this negative sign essentially changes the order of this alpha minus beta. So in the next step, I'm going to write it 2a sine alpha plus beta by 2. You will know why I'm doing this. Multiplied by sine alpha minus beta by 2. I just put the minus sign inside, and 2b cos alpha plus beta by 2 times sine alpha minus beta by 2. You know why I did it? Because I can cut alpha minus beta straight away. Okay. Now see, I'm just going to cut 2 also, and I get a by b, sorry, b by a, not a by b, because I want tan, right? So sine of alpha plus beta by 2 upon cos of alpha plus beta by 2 is equal to b by a. Okay. So that is tan of alpha plus beta by 2 is equal to b by a. Now, if you remember, there is a formula, double angle formula actually. Sine 2a is equal to 2 tan a upon 1 plus tan square a. Right? So can you tell me what will be the value of sine? See, we have to find the value of sine alpha plus beta. So in the place of 2a, if I write alpha plus beta, what will be the formula? The formula will be 2 tan alpha plus beta by 2 the whole upon 1 plus tan square alpha plus beta by 2. Okay. What is tan of alpha plus beta by 2? We just found out 2 minutes ago. Tan of alpha plus beta by 2 is b by a. So 2 times b by a the whole upon 1 plus tan square b by a. Sorry, tan square of alpha plus beta by 2, that is b by a the whole square. That is 2b by a the whole upon 1 plus b square by a square. That is 2b by a the whole upon a square plus b square by a square. Okay, so this goes down, this goes up, and I have 2b multiplied by b square the whole upon a bracket a square plus b square. Okay, so we have 2b cube. Hey, is there any mistake? So we have b by a the whole square in the denominator. That is a square plus b square by, hey, wait, I did not simplify. Yeah, I simplified, but I wrote wrong. Wait. Okay, so we have 2b by a the whole upon a square plus b square by a square. Okay, so this a comes down, this a square goes up. So we have 2b times a square upon a bracket a square plus b square. So this a gets cut with a square, so we have 2ab upon a square plus b square. That is the value of sine of alpha plus beta, which we needed to prove. A little long method, but absolutely correct. Actually, the way which we have chosen to do it is the correct way. The earlier method was not correct. Okay, so finally this part has been completed. As you can see, these are long parts. That's why we are taking time. But I'm sure that these things are going to help you in solving the exercise and understanding this concept in much more deeper way. All right. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.